Jimmy King driving the very popular piston-powered U3, sponsored here by Conover Insurance, always a crowd favorite with the big loud motor.
Mike Weber in the U5. That's the formulaboats.com, one of the former Budweiser racing pieces of equipment.
And Stephen David, you saw him pull out of the pit area, the bright red, white, and green colors of the Italian flag and the Oberto family from Seattle. Steve David, driver of the U6, the Oh Boy Oberto.
The U13, J. Michael Kelly, and the Acura of Bellevue, presented by the Spirit of Detroit. J. Michael, substitute driver for Terry Troxel, as Terry is still recovering and not medically cleared yet to drive, but he'll be back in the boat soon.
Kevin Aylesworth, a rookie in his first year in an Unlimited. A lot of time spent in the Unlimited Lights where he had a lot of success. The driver out of San Diego in the U21, the area code Cellular.
And boat number 6 for Heat 2B is the U100, Todd Haas American Dream. Greg Hopp, the driver out of Snohomish, Washington. Greg doing double duty this weekend, driving that Mike's Hard Lemonade Unlimited Light as well. So those are the 6 boats we'll have on the race course. We count up rooster tails pretty quickly here. I see 5 of them at least, Steve.
You're looking at Mike Weber making a run down the front chute in the formulaboats.com. You'll see Steve David come into your picture, running just to his right there in the Oh Boy Oberto. 4 boats now on the front straightaway, as Greg Hopp, who was anxious to get out there and do some kicking, has his boat that looks predominantly blue on your picture, the U100, and this yellow and green boat being driven by J. Michael Kelly. We don't know a lot about yet. It's a brand new rebuild. It's first weekend of racing, but there have been some indications, Mark, that that boat is very fast. And this is a good young driver, so keep your eye on the boat with the yellow nose there.
Yeah, completely rebuilt over the winter. In fact, this is a boat that has been around for a long time, but they are completely rebuilt. It's essentially a brand new boat. As they rebuilt the boat over the years, it added weight. When they rebuilt it over the winter, they took a lot of that weight out, found out when they got to Detroit that that boat was a little bit light. They weren't able to race. Steve David, we're watching with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left on our countdown clock. He's coming up the backstretch. There's J. Michael Kelly.
And he'll have to make a good start, but in his one try earlier yesterday, he made a great start in the middle of the field. He was actually leading the field right on time, then got into a rooster tail, knocked some parts off of that boat, but it's been rebuilt. Now coming down the front straight right in front of us, you saw the blue boat go by. That's Greg Hopp in the U100. The Todd Haas, a Seattle businessman doing some sponsoring here, calls the boat the Todd Haas American Dream. Greg now will slow down, take a look at his clock, see where he wants to be on the race course at the 2-minute mark. Mike Weber turning into the infield. 2 boats now on the front straightaway. You're looking at Greg Hopp, who is going clear down by the blue bridge. The other drivers opting for a shorter course at this time and pulling across the infield.
There's J. Michael Kelly, rather. The Acura of Bellevue, the U13. He's heading all the way down.
At the 140 mark, Hopp apparently has decided enough looping. He's going to park that boat in lane 1, clear down at the blue bridge, and attempt to scrape off a minute and a half on the back straightaway before he comes around to start finish. It can be done, but he's going to have to run very slowly. He has to stay up on a plane or he will be penalized by the officials. They don't want you putting the boat down in the water and creating a big wake. Now, will Hopp be able to secure and keep lane 1? He has J. Michael Kelly right behind him, presumably in lane 2, and then Jimmy King appears to be out in lane 3 in the red boat, the U3. That's the way the first 3 appear to be setting up. There are 3 more boats way back behind them, just coming through the turn, who are going to have better boat speed, but when they catch up with these 3, Mark, the best 3 lanes may be already taken.
Yeah, it looks like J. Michael Kelly is just shadowing Greg Hopp and now moves into lane number 2 on the backstretch. Hopp is in lane number 1, Kelly in 2, and Jimmy King will be in 3 as we watch the rest of the boats.
They're okay time-wise. At the 40-second mark, they can crawl around and scrape off this much speed. Now, they're going to be joined very shortly in your picture by 3 more boats who are coming up behind them, but they're going to have to look for racing lanes, and they're probably going to be in lanes 4, 5, and 6, unless some of the first 3 move over and leave some room, which is generally not what drivers do. Now, Greg Hopp in control in lane 1. Right next to him is J. Michael Kelly in that very quick yellow and green boat, and this is going to be a great start. Steve David getting a little close to Mike Weber as they swing out there. The 2 inside boats side by side. Are they on time? Watch your clock. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a 0 is in time. Kevin Aylesworth actually led him across the line way on the outside, but the speed is over to the left. Watch the two boats in lanes 1 and 2.
Greg Hopp and Jimmy King, and you'll have J. Michael Kelly stuck in the middle. He's the sandwich as those boats head down to the first turn. Looks like Greg Hopp got left behind, Steve, and J. Michael Kelly has about a half a turn lead on him as they come. Oh, he got high.
J. Michael took a big bounce, and that allowed the U3, Jimmy King, to go by him. But now Kelly puts his foot down again. This kid is fearless. He looks like a high school point guard. He acts like a big-time boat racer. Look at this speed up the backstretch. The U3 in control, but J. Michael Kelly is not going to let him go. Watch it right here. This is where Villwock got into trouble. Keep it on the water, guys, and give us a good turn. Look at the brand-new yellow and green boat handling beautifully for the youngster from Seattle, J. Michael Kelly.
I think you'll see a third boat come out of that turn as well. There are 3 boats, Greg Hopp and also Steve David and the Oboy Alberto. Coming down to the end of lap 1, Jimmy King on the outside. He's got about a 3-boat length lead. End of lap 1 is Jimmy King, then J. Michael Kelly. The Oboy Alberto comes across 3rd, and it'll be Greg Hopp in 4th and Kevin Aylesworth 5th as they finish lap number 1.
Into the first turn again, and your leader out in lane 2 is the red boat, the U3, Jimmy King, the driver, with piston power. J. Michael Kelly now on the inside has to hope that Jimmy leaves him some room. He's back far enough. He could swallow some rooster tail. The U3 now with a little bit of an advantage as they head up the backstretch for the second time and into that wind. Keep an eye on these boats as they approach 200 miles per hour.
Jimmy King flying the boat down the backstretch. A dead heat when we look back at 2nd and 3rd now. Steve David and the Oboy Alberto has passed J. Michael Kelly in the Acura of Bellevue, and he is now in 2nd place as they come to the top turn entrance buoy, lap number 2.
The advantage that Steve David has out there is better water. J. Michael Kelly is pinned inside the wake of the piston boat that's leading this heat. On the other hand, Steve David can kind of go where he wants and find some good weather. So now our leader coming down to finish the lap is the U3, Jimmy King, in the Conover Insurance boat. Steve David comes by in 2nd place in the Oboy Alberto. Then J. Michael Kelly in the Acura of Bellevue, and Greg Hopp running back here in 4th place in the U100.
And he's starting to reel in just a little bit, J. Michael Kelly, but now the boats are pretty well strung out, as you see, going through the turn. Jimmy King with a big lead, a full rooster tail lead over Stephen David in the Oboy Alberto. Then it's back to 3rd place, J. Michael Kelly. And on the inside, Greg Hopp has now moved to the inside, and he's going to try to track down J. Michael Kelly in the Acura of Bellevue. It's the U100 Todd Haas American Dream as they head up the backstretch. Jimmy King in the lead.
J. Michael's boat just doesn't look as fast as it did on that first lap. You're looking at our leader with a 1/4 of a lap to go to the checkered flag and 400 more points. Jimmy King driving for the Cooper family out of Evansville, Indiana, having a great season in a very, very popular boat, the only one in the field with piston power. And the checkered flag, Jimmy King, the Michigander, driving here in the Tri-Cities. The veteran picks up 400 points. Steve David, speaking of veterans, will come by in the Oboy Alberto with 300.
And it's J. Michael Kelly off the turn. Greg Hopp is buried in his rooster tail, and it's going to be J. Michael Kelly and then Greg Hopp, only about 4 boat lengths behind. You know, I think
sure he's there? I think we lost him.
We lost him somewhere.
Look at this race back here. This is for place on the race course, and Kevin Aylesworth is going to beat Mike Weber in the FormulaBoats.com.
Well, we're not sure what happened to Greg Hopp. Now he comes off the turn. He may have spun the boat. He may have gotten some water, and hard to tell.
We lost Greg Hopp for a moment. He has finished now, but he did lose several places and a lot of distance on the race course at some point. We didn't see what happened to him. How about Kevin Aylesworth getting by Mike Weber in the FormulaBoats.com? So we finally get to write some points in the scorebook after a heat of racing, barring any penalties that might be called, and we didn't see anything that looked out of sorts. In just a moment, we'll be able to go down to the pit area, and our guy Scott will be talking to Jimmy King. They're getting to know each other fairly well because Jimmy's been doing very well here this weekend. So we'll have that and more from the Columbia River here in the Tri-Cities. Stay with us for more coverage of the 2006 Atomic.
Welcome back. We're here with the heat winner, Jimmy King. I don't know what your thoughts were about racing out here, but now that you're out of the water, how do you think everything looks?
it's an ocean. I mean, it's just, it's a little beyond race water as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the Conair insurance boat, the team that the Coopers have put together and the race boat they put together, you can't beat it. We can run through this stuff, but it's a shame we don't have decent weather to make them really run.
As far as winning the heat, this puts you guys in great position. How are you feeling with just one more heat before the finals?
We're going to stick it in there. Hopefully things will calm down for everybody and pick up our points and then make it count in the final.
One more thing about the weather. I know Villwock flipped in the earlier heat with the delays. Were there any points around the course that you thought maybe it was getting to the point where you were taking a risk?
The whole backside, the whole top half of the outside of the race course is pretty brutal at this point.
All right, there's your heat winner, Jimmy King. We go back to you guys in the booth.
All set?
Thank you, Jimmy.
Well, let's take a look at the outcome, the results for Heat 2B, and we have yet to run Heat 1A or 2A yet, so let's take a look at our results.
Once again, for those of you scoring at home, as they say in baseball, give 400 more points to Jimmy King for a nice victory with the U3 Conover Insurance. He had a 300 earlier, so he has 700 on the day and is in great shape to make the final. Second place went to Steve David and the old boy Oberto. Mr. Steady also has 700 after picking up 300 there. Third place to the Acura of Bellevue, J. Michael Kelly. Looked very fast on the first lap, Mark, and then I thought maybe he slowed down a little bit. Might have been an issue in the engine room.
I think he did, or maybe he was just being cautious. Hard to tell.
Fourth place, a nice job by Kevin Aylesworth in the area code cellular. Back in the back, he was battling with Mike Weber and got around the veteran to pick up 169 points. Gives him 394 on the day. Fifth place went to Mike Weber in the formulaboats.com. He had a 300 earlier, so he's in pretty good shape with 427. And sixth place, Greg Hopp, who wanted to get out there and do some kicking, had a problem that we didn't see, frankly. He was up there with the leaders. Suddenly he was a half a lap behind them. He did pick up 95 points for a total on the day of 320.